What's up, Internet? Am I doing this right? Matt Brickman is off today. I'm Jason DeRusha. This is the 734 from WCCO. We know that most of you are on your way to work or about to head out the door, so let's get you started with today's weather. Katie Steiner is here with that. Hey, Katie.
It is just cold outside. It looks cold out there. If you are commuting in, it's going to feel like 22 below. Your regular temperature is going to be 9 below. Your winds are going to calm down a little bit. Still pretty windy out there, but by noon, you're at 8 below. That's your regular temperature, and then we're going to warm up a little bit. Your high today is 6, but by your evening commute, it's going to be more like 4. Still feel like below 0, though, unfortunately, and the roads down south have just been an utter nightmare. This is what I-35 looked like this morning. 35 is closed south of Owatonna all the way to Ames. I have my aunt and uncle trying to get up to the Twin Cities from Ames, but it's still closed. They're still stuck.
Yeah.
But hopefully those winds are going to calm down the next couple of hours and the plows can get out and just plow all of that snow that was drifting.
Yes, a lot of people buried there. Thanks, Katie. Lots of winners at the Oscars last night. No clear overall favorite, right? Green Book wins Best Picture. Black Panther, Roma won a bunch of awards. Outside of Black Panther, most of these movies are pretty small budget, small audience films. They're honoring the best, right? This isn't the People's Choice Awards. But does winning an Oscar make you want to watch any of these movies? Which one? Do the Oscars really matter to you? If you're watching this on Facebook, leave a comment right in the thread, and we'll read through some of those in just a moment. Let's get you up to date on the news. That blowing snow was really a pain around here in the Twin Cities, but boy, it was close to a train wreck in southern Minnesota. More than 150 stranded in Owatonna. Scenes like this. They had to spend the night at the National Guard Armory. Minnesota National Guard was rescuing people all over the state. They brought state troopers from the cities and St. Cloud down there to help. They're using specialized equipment, too. This thing is called an SUSV, so it's a small unit support vehicle, specialized vehicle the Guard was using out there to help rescue people who were stranded. They were busy. Side streets in St. Paul and Minneapolis so bad, both cities are under snow emergencies. Now, don't mess it up and get towed. You're going to have to pay attention to parking until April 1st in Minneapolis. When the snow emergency is done on Wednesday, then it's no parking on even sides of the residential streets until spring arrives. One of the best restaurants in the state had a fire last night during dinner. The place was packed, too. Young Joni in northeast Minneapolis. It's right next to Dangerous Man Brewing there. At 6:30, somebody smelled smoke, called 911. Good thing the firehouse is right next door. Firefighters quickly found flames in the roof.
They had a little bit of smoke in the restaurant. They weren't sure where it's coming from, and you know this restaurant is always extremely busy. When our crews got here, they discovered that we actually had some fire in the roof line on the interior, and then as we extinguished the fire on the interior, and our crews got up on the roof to check and actually found out we had fire in the roof line as well.
Everybody got out safely, but the water and smoke damage, anybody who's dealt with a fire knows that can be a real problem. Young Joni does cook everything over open flame. There's a large copper wood-fired pizza oven in there, too. We don't know if that had anything to do with this. Restaurant is closed until it gets cleaned up and the damage is assessed. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz ate better than most of us did last night. He posted this photo on Twitter. Great time at the Governor's Ball at the White House with Gwen tonight. Governor Walz attending a National Governors Association 2019 winter meeting in Washington. Only in Minnesota do you have a competitive snowball fight with teams of judges and no one wins. Well, technically no one loses. That's maybe even more Minnesotan. Minneapolis against St. Paul in the very first snowball fight between the cities. The mayors put this on. There were 3 contests. First, the mayors' teams went against each other. Minneapolis won. Next, the under 12. St. Paul kids won. They're tougher. And then the free-for-all, which was a tie. So, yes, the whole thing was a tie. Everybody gets a trophy. Continuing the let's have fun in the snow before we bury ourselves in our sorrow theme. Okay, is Jody's husband here a genius or a fool? On the genius side, he did clear his roof. No ice dams. On the fool side of the argument, he apparently hauled a snowblower up a ladder onto his roof. Great picture. He's fine. He got down okay. Maybe he just leaves the snowblower up there. I don't know. No doubt this is genius. This is my friend Stephanie Schimpf. She's one of the owners of Blue Plate Restaurant Group. That's like the free house, Edina Grill, the Blue Barn out at the State Fair. She's been shoveling her snow in high fashion. That hat, by the way, by Woolrich. This was her Oscars outfit. The dress from Stephanie's shop. She's wearing Stephanie's. Those boots are by Pahar, Canada. How about this? That's a vintage dress. I don't know. I think it's great. She looks way better than I look when I'm doing my shoveling, that's for sure. Let's talk about Peeps. When Peeps aren't peepy enough for you, there's 7 new flavors just announced. How about cotton candy? How about root beer float? Pancakes in syrup. Blue raspberry? I don't know, man. Chocolate caramel swirl. They're all still in the classic Peep shape. You can still get the regular Peep, but we did ask people which is more disgusting. Is it regular Peeps or is it this? And Commander Bus says, what a time to be alive. That is the truth, my friend. Here's from Hangry Llama. All Peeps are gross. Burn them all. That's a great GIF that goes on fire there. Bob says, gross Peeps, you say? And he shows this picture of marshmallow monster fingers. That is horrifying. And here's Anna making it through life one bite at a time. My wife loves Peeps. She's a Peep aficionado. We go with the original, though. Old school. We're old. What can I tell you? Let's bring on WCCO's digital guy to get to today's talker about the Oscars. Cole, what are people saying out there? Anybody inspired to watch some movies?
I think people really like the Gaga-Cooper duo.
So what do you think's going on there? Why do people want Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper to get together? He's a married man. He has a beautiful wife. Life is fine.
That was kind of awkward because, yeah, they looked very intimate together.
I mean, they're actors.
I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
We got Chris saying, Oscars, who cares?
Right. Yeah.
We've got Deneen saying that the Cooper Gaga thing was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
We have Steve saying, I call the Oscars Hollywood's night to shine.
Oh, is that what he calls it? I call it Hollywood's biggest night.
And then we have Cheryl saying, Oscars are dumb, don't care, don't watch.
Yeah.
And we've got Kimberly saying, the Oscars were okay last night, but I stopped watching it at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I personally just like watching the awkward acceptance speeches.
You know, it was such a big deal. Like, we had to do the makeup live during the show. People were mad. And then those goofs, when they got up there and won the prize, like, couldn't read their script, their thank you speech. Come on.
Come on.
I mean, you don't see me messing up, do you? On TV ever? All right, if you're lucky, Matt Brickman will be back tomorrow. Otherwise, you're stuck with me again. That is it for now. This is the 734 from WCCO, most of the Twin Cities on the go. So we love that you are making us your place for mobile news. We'll be back here tomorrow at 734. Until then, as Matt says, be nice to each other on the internet.